Have you ever done anything that you now realize was a big mistake? When I was a kid, I saw little boys in my neighborhood playing with fire and gasoline. What these little boys would do is they would sprinkle some gasoline on a sidewalk, they would strike a match, stand back 2 feet, throw the match on top, and the gasoline would dance to life. And when you're 9 and you're a boy, this is fun. This is awesome. Mom and dad are gone. The house is mine. I walk into the garage, light a piece of cardboard on fire, bend down next to a 5-gallon container of gasoline. Buddy's watching. Before the liquid comes out of it, what shows up first? The vapor, the fumes, the invisible stuff. In life, my friends, it's very seldom what we see coming that burns us. That day, those fumes raced out, grabbed that little flame, pulled it back into the container, created a massive explosion, picked me up, and launched me 20 feet against the far side of the garage. As a little boy, I got scared, I panicked, I ran on fire, through the flames, back into my mom and dad's house. Decision that changed my world. One moment, I'm a perfectly happy and healthy little fella, and then it changes. I found myself as a 9-year-old on my back with burns on 100% of my body. I am dying. I'm laying there. I'm scared and afraid and mad and sad and looking up at the ceiling, and all I could think as a child is, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. My dad is going to kill me. My dad is gonna kill me when he finds out. He walks over to me, points down, John, look at me when I'm talking to you. So I look up at my mean dad and he says, I have never been so proud of anybody in my entire life. And my little buddy, you look at me when I'm talking to you. Today, this morning, I am just proud to be your dad. And then my dad said, I love you. I love you, I love you. And hearing all of this, I'm 9, I crossed my arms, shut my eyes and thought, oh my gosh, nobody told my dad what happened. I had months to reflect and to listen and to pause. I hear my door open up, somebody walks in, I hear footsteps. And then this voice speaks light into the darkness. And the voice says loud and clear, kid, wake up. Wake up. Jack Buck was my childhood hero. In the 80s, the way we used to watch baseball was not with our eyes, but with our ears. We used to watch on the radio, and there was this voice. I listened to him all 9 years of my life. Loved him. When he walked away, he moved his way down 3 doorways, leaned his head against a glass door, and just started weeping. One of the nurses walks over to him, kneels down in front of him, looks up and says, Mr. Buck, are you okay? And the announcer looks down and says, I'm not sure. The little boy won't make it, will he? The expert looks up and says, Mr. Buck, there is absolutely not a chance. It's just his time. He takes it home. He cries, he prays, he reflects, and he journals on one question. What more can I do? The following day, a little boy named John OLeary is hanging out in darkness. And then his door opens up. I hear footsteps, a chair, a cough, and then a voice. Kid, wake up. I'm back. You are going to live. You are going to survive. Keep fighting. Gets up, walks out, leaves me tied down still. Is in 8-second increments, the man changed my world. What I learned years later, and this is cool news for all of us in this room, it also changed his life. It always changes the life of the giver. Jack's life was changed. He encouraged a little boy to fight on, which allowed me to endure 5 months in the hospital, which allowed this little boy miraculously to come home. And then a month later, and he sends me this baseball. Ozzie Smith was a shortstop for the Cardinals. He became a Hall of Famer. He was one of my boyhood idols. Below that ball was a note from Jack. And the note read, "Kid, if you want a second baseball, all you have to do is send a thank you letter to the guy who signed the first one." Just one problem, Jack. What's the problem? Dude, you can't write. So why would he make me do something, my friends, that he knew ahead of time and I can't do? To show you you could, to make you. My mom and dad were trying to show me that I could, and when you learn how to write again, you get to go back to school. Does a little boy want to go back to grade school? Probably not. Does a little boy want a second baseball? Yes or no? Jack came all the way down to the level of a 9-year-old. I wrote the note, mailed it off, and 2 days later, I got a second baseball with a second note that read, "Kid, if you want a third baseball." 1987, a busy announcer sends a little boy 60 baseballs. 60. Jack taught a little boy how to write, which allowed that little boy to go back to grade school. Graduation night, who shows up right on time, is this leader that I have looked up to my entire life. My mentor, my hero, my upline, my buddy, Jack Bach. He shows up with a package and a note. I open up the letter, then I open up the box, and "Kid, this means a lot to me. I hope it means a lot to you too. And this is the baseball that I received when I went into the Hall of Fame. There's only one like it in the entire world. It's yours." My mentor gave me this priceless gift that changed me from the inside out, because finally I can start believing in my dreams and the ability to build something even bigger than myself.